So October is here, and everyone is saying that October is typically the most bullish month in crypto. So in this video, I want to give you my 2 cents. Do I think that we're going to go to the moon this month, or do I think that the opposite is going to happen and we're going to have a vicious pullback? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. But before we can get into it, we need to understand and just do a little bit of a recap of what happened last month in September. All right, so this is what happened around this area right here when Bitcoin was sitting around 62,000. I mentioned to my Patreon members that I'm not buying any crypto right now because I can see a potential 54,000K Bitcoin on the table. So I'm not buying anything. So I bought nothing, right? Then what happened? Bitcoin continued to go down, went down, went down, went below 60K. It touched around $57,000. And then around this time, people started saying, well, September is the most bearish month in crypto. Okay, so people were saying that, and I held off from buying. Then Bitcoin continued to go down. It fell below my 54,000 mark, went to actually 52,000. And then what happened? Started to bounce back. And around 54 or 55,000, around this area right here, I mentioned to my Patreon members that I'm starting to buy again because I think that this is a good time to be buying. But what happened was as soon as people started to say that September is the worst month in crypto, crypto completely bounced back and had a vicious run up. Bitcoin went all the way back up to 66,000. A lot of these altcoins ran, a lot of these meme coins ran. I made some really nice profits, right? I made some really nice profits. And that's because I always go against what people typically say. If everyone is going around saying the exact same thing, you think the whales don't know this? You think that they don't listen to everyone saying the same thing? They have the money to move the market. And if everyone is thinking that September is the worst month, well, the opposite is going to happen. And if you've been following me for a while, you would have already heard me say that multiple times. When most people is saying the same thing, normally the opposite happens. Now, are we going to see the same thing in October as this month? Are we going to see the market reverse because everyone is calling it a bullish month? Uptober is what everyone's calling it. October is supposed to be Uptober. Do I think that we're going to continue to rally? Well, if I'm being honest with you guys, my portfolio is positioned in a way where it doesn't matter if the market pulls back or if the market rallies because I've already taken out my profits. Okay, so if the market was to pull back, I have more than enough money where I can take advantage of the possible opportunities. If you got into crypto, let's say, I should have pulled up another example, but let's say you saw a coin that went up 3x and you're like, man, I want to chase this bull. So you got in while the coin was already at a 3x. And then you rode it up to, let's say, went up a couple more x's. So it went to 5x. You got in at 3x, went up to 5x, and you decide you wanted to hold because you feel like it's going to continue to run. I can tell you right now that you need to be taking your profits out of that play. Because if the reverse happens, you're going to be down a lot on your investment because you got in way too late on that investment. You should be taking out your profits. None of this is financial advice, by the way. Everything is just my own personal opinion. But if you got into a coin too late, you should be taking out your profits right now and don't risk it. Because at the end of the day, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. I will say this, and I mentioned this in my Discord. I did see a bearish pattern on the daily time frame on Bitcoin. I did see that. Okay, and I posted it in my Discord. But that being said, it doesn't mean that it's going to play out. You know, the opposite could happen and Bitcoin could rally. But again, because I am positioned where if the market pulls back, it doesn't affect me. I didn't get into a lot of these plays late. Most of these plays, I got in early. Like I showed you guys, I got in when Bitcoin was starting to make its way back up. I said, hey, I'm buying right now because the fear and greed index was still in fear and everybody was calling for a bearish September. So I said, I am buying. I did my TA, I did my research, and I came to the conclusion that it was time to buy, and I bought, and obviously things was great to me. I hope that it was great for some of you also, because I know some of you probably took a massive hit during that big downturn and you're probably still down on your investment. I hope that's not the case for a lot of you, but I have a feeling that it is. Now, if we take a look at the fear and greed index here, we're back in neutral. We're just in greed. And now we're back in neutral. There was just way too much going on in crypto. Everyone's saying Uptober, 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 and now we're back in neutral. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. The last big pullback when I saw the 54K on the table, to me it was just there. The TA was just screaming 54K. Right now, I'm not seeing anything that's screaming we're going to completely crash. And if I do see major concern, I'm obviously going to tell my Patreon members. So you guys can check out my link to my Patreon if you guys, want to stay up to date and also want to know what I'm buying and when I'm buying. And also if you want some exclusive content over there. But regardless of what happens, I'm okay. I'm okay. Let's take a look at this indicator here and see how things are looking. So this is trade assist that I'm using. It lets you know when there's a bullish and bearish momentum happening in a particular coin, and it also lets you know when's a good time to buy and sell crypto. It has most of the coins on here, but if you're looking for those really, really tiny nano coins, meme coins, you're not going to find it here. You're not going to find those coins that got like $1,000 market cap or something like that. Okay, but you're going to find the turbos, you're going to find the resistance dog and good meme coins, and then it's got like all the altcoins. But a bullish momentum was fired September 24th. Nothing was fired recently on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the 4-hour charts, see if anything was fired here recently. Nothing was fired here recently. So things could be okay. Bitcoin is sitting near a previous resistance. So if we break, we should 52 or 62,500, I'm thinking, or 52,400, I'm thinking should hold up. But obviously if Bitcoin breaks below 60,000, there's going to be an insane amount of panic. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's check the weekly and see how the weekly is looking. So nothing on the indicator on the weekly. The last sell zone was all the way in March 4th. So yeah, there's not a lot of information right now on the charts for Bitcoin. I think it's still pretty early. If we do break that 62,400 mark, then yeah, things won't be looking all that great. But I hope that you guys are all perfectly positioned to take advantage of any potential dips. I saw some comments. I've seen people say that they're hoping that Bitcoin crashes because they want a buying opportunity. And my thing to that is, what happened to all the previous opportunities when you had your buying opportunity? Because Bitcoin and crypto crashed quite a few times, but where was your buying then? That's what I'd like to know. Everybody wants another opportunity when the market is rallying, but when the market is pulling back, all of a sudden they're afraid, they get frozen, and they're not buying. So even though people are saying, yes, they want another buying opportunity, once that opportunity presents itself, most people still won't be taking advantage of that opportunity. It's just the way that it is. It's kind of funny. They always think that the market is going to pull back even more. Right? And for some people, it's like, okay, the market pulls back. So they're like, okay, this is my opportunity. They buy a little bit. The market pulls back even more. Now they get nervous. Now they sell the little bit that they just purchased because they're like, oh man, this thing, Bitcoin is going under 50K. I watch a couple of YouTube videos and everyone is calling for 48K. Most people don't do their research. Most people don't have high conviction in the plays that they hold. And it's just very unfortunate. And this is why most people buy high and sell low. It is what it is. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out a few of the links that I have down below, which includes my Patreon, my link to Margex for my leverage traders, and the link to this indicator, trade assist down below. Very useful tool to have in your back pocket. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, take care.